My name is Lynn and I do digital scrapbooks. I ordered this book from Shutterfly, but I don't always like the offered templates, so I create my own. I'm going to show you how to make your own page layout using Photoshop Elements 11 and the standard Shutterfly website. Okay, so here we are in Photoshop Elements 11, and you want to make sure that you use the expert settings just because that's easiest for this particular application. We're going to go to Open, and we will quickly choose the files that we want to go into there. And they are quickly loading. They don't take very long at all. Now notice the lines across the middle of here. That's because I have it set on grid so that I can see the lines. I will choose the background that I want, and I got this one from computerscrapbook.com, but there are dozens of free digital scrapbooking supplies that you can find through a search engine. Then from here we want to pick the image and resize it to the exact size of the book that we're going to do, and I prefer my books to be done in 8x8, so that's what I will choose, and click OK. So now we have our resizing done. Now we just drop in our elements. They will always land in the middle, but we can move them and stretch them as much as we want. I'm going to put it just 2 spaces in from the edge, which is about a ½ inch, and that gives it plenty of room for a border, and in case the printers make a little mistake, it won't be quite as noticeable. You won't cut off your words or your text or your picture. I'm going to bring her down and size her just about like so. Click the green check to acknowledge that you have it exactly how you want it. Okay, so I've dragged in my other elements, and I'm going to place them just where I want them. Just up maybe just a little bit so that they line up nicely with the picture. Come on, Mr. O, move. Okay, now just to liven it up a little bit, I'm going to tip them and tilt them. It gives it some life instead of just being such a staid and straight page. Then we will put our ribbon in, and we will drag it down to just where we want it. It just kind of makes a nice little divider between the top elements of the page and what I'm going to put in the bottom. I'm going to pick a text box and try to center it under her picture, and then I will type in her name. Select that I like that, but I would like it a little bigger, I think. And then, oh my, I think I would like some curliness to it. So if I double click on it, then I can edit the text itself. So I can go up here and I can choose one that just looks like a nice handwriting, just more like it's hand printed. Which that one didn't exactly do what I wanted, but it'll work. Okay, then I'll choose text again, and I will put in. Okay, so while I was off camera, I took her name and resized it and put in the year 2013. Now we're going to really jazz up this picture. So let's take off the view grid so that you can really see what we're doing one step at a time. We will click on the picture, go down to where it says Effects, and go to the middle one, and it puts a little shadow behind the picture, and we'll do the same thing from the ribbon so they stand out from the page just a little as if they were separate elements. Now for the letters, I like them on this one. So I like the way it just makes them jump off the page a little bit like they're an actual piece of fabric. Then we will click up here on this bevel, and it will just add some light and color to our text so that it looks really pretty. There, our page is done. We need to go to File, and we will save it. Save As, because we want this as a JPEG to be able to use in our photo book. I'm going to just type her name in and save that. Do I want to replace it? Yes, because I did before. We want this on maximum. And that is all saved. So our next step is the internet. So we're going to go to shutterfly.com, and we will quickly let that load. Choose photo books, and there's a drop-down menu to the different sizes. So we'll choose 8x8, and it doesn't matter at this point what template we use, so we're just going to pick the first one that we come to. And we choose, yes, we want to select this photo book. Our next step after we've chosen it is to get photos. And we go in and we find our scrapbook page that we've made, and we let that load. select it, and it pops it over here into this little box. We click on Add to Photo Book, and it will load it into our box. Our first step here is to select the layout. So we go to Get More Layouts and click on that, and it will give us our options. We want to choose one photo per page for the option. Scroll to the bottom and you'll see two that are solid gray. One of them has words. We don't want that. We want the plain gray one. So we will add that to the project. Once that loads, we're going to click on that and we can see a plain gray page. Now we just drag our picture into that. It fills the page and we are done. Ready to turn the page and start a new section.